So I got my paycheck today, and I was thinking, why is it that we take dollars in payment for work? Why do we accept that pieces of paper with numbers stamped on them are worth something?
Why worry about it? Everybody else will take dollars. You can use them to get different things later.
But that leaves us with the problem of the infinite regress. Who was the first person to decide to accept dollars in payment? We can't figure out when, where, or why it started.
Money has something else backing it. There is a promise to exchange money for gold, silver, or a different currency.
Some money does, but other money, like the dollar, does not. Any fiat currency has no promise to convert, and yet people take it anyway.
Money is a contract with government.
How so? What does government promise to do?
They promise to take it back later.
Exactly. So it is with all IOUs, they are valuable because the issuer promises to accept them in payment at a later date. In this case, government promises to take them back in payment of taxes.
How did they do that?
Taxes can only be paid with that government's currency, and everyone has to pay or face consequences. There is only one method of payment that will work, so people have a need to acquire that method of payment.
But surely there are ways to avoid that.
It is possible to evade taxation for a while, but eventually you will pay. As Benjamin Franklin once said, in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes.
So people want the currency because they must pay taxes, and they must pay them in that currency.
Quite. Because everyone has to pay taxes, you can use money in private transactions. When you go to buy a hot dog, you know that the vendor will also need money to pay his taxes.
I still don't quite get it. Could you give me an example of how this all plays out?
Certainly. Say that I decide to make money with pictures of my cat on it. If I start using it, obviously it will not circulate at the value I place on it.
Of course not. Your cat is hideous.
Well, short of getting a cuter cat, how could I get people to accept my money?
You could promise to exchange them for gold, silver, or a different currency.
True, but to do that, I would need to get the thing I promised to exchange it for. How can I do this without limiting the amount I can spend?
I don't know. Do you need to get more cats?
That's the last thing I need. What if I were to hire someone to go around and collect my money from every single person at regular intervals?
Why would people listen to him? Wouldn't they just tell him to go away and stop asking them for cat pictures? Isn't that what the internet is for?
What if I had him make two promises? First, he tells them that the cat dollars they gave him will be used to build bridges, educate their children, and protect them from Canadians. In general, he tells them that the money they pay in taxes will be used on things that they want the government to do for them. Second, if they don't give him the money, they will be fined a great deal, and if they still refuse to pay they will be put in prison. In practice, people have a lot of good reasons to pay their taxes.